Here, at this plot of land at Sunset Hill Cemetery in Bozeman, the remains of 66 individuals will finally be put to rest.
Each one of these urns was someone's life, and they have a story.
Chris Ramley has been the funeral director at Dock and Nelson for more than 30 years. In that time, he's seen dozens of people who have passed away and been unclaimed.
And to neglect them and not honor them just because perhaps there's not a family member here, we are going to do our best to honor them.
If a person dies and is unclaimed, several attempts are made to locate family members. If none are found, the remains are then cremated. Between 1922 to 2020, 66 people have died in Gallatin County and remain unclaimed.
Inevitably, the urns have been here for that period of time, and each situation was a little bit different as to why they were left here. Some was just a misunderstanding. Others, there just wasn't any family to pick them up and take them to a permanent location.
Funeral director Bailey Krause says her job is to care for all.
There's just circumstances where no family comes forward, and we still need to do right by that individual to make sure that they're cared for.
Dock and Nelson published a list with the names of these unclaimed remains. With the help of social media, many families came forward to claim their loved ones.
We had an individual come forward and said, my grandpa's on that list, and had told us his whole backstory. And when I asked, how old are you? He was 90 years old, and he had just found out that his grandpa was in our care. So to really have that kind of come full circle in the time frame that it did was really cool.
Gone, but not forgotten.
But their grandson that's 90 years old is now taking their grandfather home. That's perfect. To us, that's a success story, whether they stay in our care and go to the cemetery or not.
After the list was published, Gallatin County Sheriff Dan Springer began hearing stories of some of the individuals, like Ann Riddle, who died in 1978.
She was kind of a big community member, but then became mentally ill in the later stages of her life. Probably died fairly lonely.
Now, the community has come together to hold a funeral service on December 10th for those left unclaimed. The city of Bozeman donated a plot of land in Sunset Hills Cemetery.
That's one nice thing about being in a small community like this, is that many of us are tied to someone from this community, and there's lots of even if they don't have direct family members, people who knew them.
At the end of the day,
we recognize that maybe you were forgotten at the end, but your life did matter.
For the full list of those who passed, visit our website. In Bozeman, Megan Elaine, MTN News.